Hey everyone, it's Max. Welcome back to class. Today is a short balancing flow. I just returned from a 6-week trip in Europe. So I've been filming a lot of my classes outside and I'm excited to get back inside so I can kind of talk with you while I'm filming the class instead of just doing the voiceover. I think this way just gives me a way to give you a little more information and more instruction with the flows. But yeah, I quit my job, my day job, and then went to Europe for 6 weeks. So now I'm back and I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm moving forward. And so I just need a little bit of balance in my life, and maybe you feel that too. So join me on the mat and we'll get started for our short balancing practice. So today we'll start on the back. So make your way to your back. You can bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Get comfortable. And then from here, we'll straighten the legs, lifting the feet up. Your legs don't have to be fully straight. Just lift the legs up. And let's roll through the ankles. Breathing steadily and slowly through the nose. Just arriving on your mat, getting set up for today's practice. So you're rolling through your ankles in one direction and then switching the other way while you breathe and just feel into the present moment. From here, let's find some stillness for a moment and then straighten the legs as much as is comfortable for you and see if you can pull your toes down towards your face and focus on kicking your heels straight up. So you're really pushing those heels up. Don't forget to breathe. And then point the toes. And now you're pointing the toes up as high as you can. And then you can release the feet. We'll grab hold. You can grab anywhere that's comfortable for you. I like to grab on the hamstrings, kind of near the knees, but whatever's comfortable for you. And just gently pulling the legs in towards you. And then on an exhale, gently releasing, you can bend into the knees. Maybe you reach up, grab hold of opposite wrist, or grabbing hold of the hands, giving yourself a little squeeze. You can roll side to side or rock side to side here if that feels good. And then release, and then we'll just gently rock and roll back and forward a few times. And when you're ready, make your way up to a seated position. We'll be here for just a second, so just find a spot that you can be comfortable for just a second. Breathing through the nose, slowing the breath down if it's sped up at all. Feel free to close down the eyes if that feels comfortable. Hands can come together at heart center. Take a moment to set your intention for this practice. And then you can gently release the hands. Let's take just another moment here to ground our energy. And I want to give you a quick reminder to cultivate a sense of compassion for yourself. So when we're doing these balancing practices, it's okay if you're wobbly or shaky. It's okay if you fall. It's okay if it's easy or hard. A little compassion for yourself. It's not a performance, it's a yoga practice. So some kind self-talk, and please, if you notice any negative self-talk, just cut it out. See if you can just gently release. And during this practice, we're just encouraging ourselves. So let's make our way into a tabletop position on the hands and knees. Palms are flat on the mat, fingers spread nice and wide. Find your comfortable spot, and then we'll start some cat-cow. So inhale, arching the back, and exhale, rounding the spine. Flow through this a few times, warming up your spine, breathing through the nose, linking your breath with your movement. Noticing how you're feeling today. And finding any organic movement. So just move your body in any way that feels good to you. This is also just a quick reminder for this class, but for any other physical yoga class that you're doing, there shouldn't be any pain at any point of the practice. So if you feel any pain, especially sharp pain in your joint, then that's your sign to just back off. All right, let's come back to our neutral tabletop. Tucking the toes underneath, engage the core, and we'll lift the left leg behind us with the knee bent, and then find some hip circles on the side. So see if you can keep the rest of your body stationary. Keep your core engaged, pull the belly button to the spine. Your right arm is going to want to maybe bend or lower your right shoulder. See if you can just keep everything stationary, except for that left leg, and you're making as wide of circle as you can where it's still comfortable for you. Breathing through the nose. And then switch the direction of your circle. A few more. And then when you finish up the next circle, straighten that left leg behind you, lifting the leg, pointing the toes back down towards the mat, pushing the mat away with the shoulders, re-engage the core. You don't have to lift the leg too high. We don't want to strain the lower back by lifting too high, so just hold straight back. And you can just stay right here, or if you want a little more challenge, you can lift the right arm, bringing the right bicep up near the right ear, finding your balance, finding your stability, and breathing. That sense of ease in the breath. Slow, light breaths through the nose. And then gently release the right hand down and then the left knee down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So back to neutral tabletop. Engage the core, lifting the right leg. Again, stabilize. Pull the belly button to the spine. Try to find that sense of stability as you find your hip circles with the right leg. So again, your left elbow may want to bend, your left shoulder may want to collapse a little bit. See if you can stay strong as you find nice, wide, comfortable circles with the right leg. And then switch directions of the circle. So we're warming up the hips, lubricating the joint with synovial fluid. Very important at the start of our class. And then after you finish the last circle, right leg goes back. Again, re-engage the core. Right toes are pointing down, pushing the floor away with the arms and the shoulders. Option to lift the left arm, left bicep near the left ear. Finding your balance, finding your stability. Engage in the core, but also finding that sense of ease in the breath. And then gently releasing the left hand down, the right knee down. You can take a couple more cat-cows just to release any tension in the spine. From here, curl the toes under, lift the knees, push it back into a down dog. You can walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other, keeping the breath through the nose only. Once you've walked out the dog, you can find a little bit of stillness in this down dog position, and then maybe slowly walking the feet towards the hands. We'll find a forward fold at the top of the mat. Option to grab hold of opposite elbows, letting the head dangle. You can shake the head no, or nod the head yes. Letting the head dangle a little bit, maybe swaying side to side. On your next exhale, releasing the hands down towards the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, finding a flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale one more time, flat back. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, slowly rolling up, reaching up overhead. And then as you exhale, hands to heart center. Option to close down the eyes again. Recall your intention that you set just a couple minutes ago at the beginning of class. Reconnect with your intention. Slow the breath down. Remember to practice compassion with yourself. From here, shift the weight into the left foot, bend the right knee and lift the right leg. You can stay right here to work on your balance. If this is challenging enough, if you want a little more challenge, you can try to straighten that right leg, holding that in front of you for a moment. And then let's re-bend the right leg, lifting that right knee, engaging the core. You can have hands at heart center if that feels good. And let's twist our upper body to the right. An option to open out the hands and arms in this position. Breathing. And then coming back to center, so untwisting. And let's bring the bottom of the right foot to somewhere inside the left leg, above or below the knee. Finding your tree pose, engage the core, and find one stationary spot to fix your eyes on. Breathing through the nose, opening the right knee out, opening the right hip. We'll gently release the right foot, so bringing the right knee up again, balancing on that left foot still. We'll cross the right ankle over the left knee and we'll find our standing pigeon pose. So once you cross the foot or the ankle over your left knee, this may be enough for you here. Some of you will be able to bend into the left knee and try to bend over a little bit. Try to keep your chest up and forward as you bend down. Some of you may be able to go and fold all the way forward, but just find what feels comfortable for you. We're working on our balance and a little flexibility. Breathing here. On your next inhale, lifting the chest, lift that right leg. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly slide forward, lifting the right leg behind us. Hands or fingertips will come down onto the mat, and we'll find our standing split. So you're on the left foot. Maybe spread the left toes nice and wide if that feels good. Lifting that right leg up behind you. Breathing here. Fingers can stay on the mat. If you'd like, if it feels good for you, you can reach back and grab hold of your left ankle or calf. Just finding the option that works good for you. Lifting that right leg up behind you.
And on your next exhale, gently step the right foot to the left foot, so we're in a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting all the way up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shifting the weight into the right foot this time. We'll bend the left knee, lifting the left foot. We'll do the same thing on this side. So option to stay right here, if this is enough for you. If you want to work a little hip flexor and quad strength, you can straighten that left leg. Finding your strength, finding your balance. Keep the breath strong, steady, and light through the nose. Gently bend through that left leg. And we'll find pigeon on this side. So the bottom of the left foot comes to the inside of the right leg, above or below the knee. Fix your gaze on something stationary. Engage the core. Find your balance. You can always grow your tree branches up, lifting the arms overhead. It's okay to wobble or lose your balance. Just come right back to the present moment. We'll release that left leg. Keep the left leg bent and in front of you. And then we'll cross the left ankle over the right knee. Maybe bringing hands to heart center again. And again, you can stay right here or go deeper. Just find what works for you and what your body's calling for today. We'll bend into that right leg. Finding our standing pigeon, balancing on this side. And then gently exhaling to release, lifting that left leg. And then again, finding that transition, kicking the left leg back, reaching the hands down, maybe fingertips on the mat or palms. Lifting the left leg and finding your standing split on this side. Breathing through the nose. Again, you can have the option of grabbing the right calf or ankle if that feels better. Or you can just keep your hands on the floor. And on an exhale, gently step the left foot to meet the right, so we're in our forward fold. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhale to fold. Bending the knees, rising up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, reconnecting with that intention. And then we'll shift the weight back onto the left foot, lift the right leg again. And this time we're going to just kick straight back into a warrior three. So we're moving in really slow motion, balancing on the left foot, kicking the right leg back. You can keep the left leg bent a little bit or more straight, depending on what you need today. Lift your right heel, lift through the back. Back of your neck is long, crown is reaching forward, bottom of your right foot is reaching straight back. Core is engaged, right toes are pointing down towards the mat. Lower the right hip slightly so you balance out, even out a little bit. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, bringing that right leg in front of you, bent knee, and as you exhale, right foot meets the left. Take a quick moment here, rebalance yourself, recenter yourself. Slow the breath down if you need to. And then when you're ready, shift your weight into your right foot. Left leg lifts, left knee bent in front of you. And then again, very slow motion transition, hinging on that bottom leg, finding the slowest entry you can into your warrior three. Again, core is engaged, back of the neck is nice and long, crown of the head reaches forward, bottom of the left foot is kicking straight back, toes pointing down. Lower the left hip slightly. And then gently release, lifting the left leg in front of you, lifting the left knee. And on an exhale, left foot steps down, meeting your right foot. Let's take a moment here. Again, recentering, regrounding, slowing the breath. Widen the feet. And let's slowly lower down into a Malasana yoga squat. You can bring your elbows just inside the knees and hands to heart center. If this one isn't so comfortable for you, you can lift your heels. So this is totally okay to be on elevated heels. You can slide something underneath the heels if that feels better. You also, coming down, if this feels good, you can just stay here. You don't have to come all the way down. You can change the practice to meet you where you're at. So if you're down in Malasana with me, see if you can lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the back of the neck, lifting the crown of the head up, keeping that slow, steady breath through the nose. And then we'll gently release. Bring the hands down behind you and we'll come down onto the back. Onto the butt. Both legs long in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, reaching forward. You can grab hold of the shins, ankle, the toes, the feet, whatever you have access to. With each inhale, pulling, finding length. And with each exhale, folding a little bit lower. So the exhales pull you forward. The inhales pull you forward. Exhales drop you a little deeper. Stretching through the back line of the legs and the back of the body. Slowing things down now. Gently release, coming up on an inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's place the palms down on either side of us. Bend the knees, bringing the feet down. Lower all the way down onto the back. Bottom of the feet are flat on the mat, close to your butt. Palms can come down onto the mat on either side of your hips. And we'll set up for our bridge pose. So on an inhale, lifting through the hips, squeezing through the glutes, making sure the knees aren't falling apart from each other. Keep the knees closer together. Squeeze the glutes and lift. Keep breathing through the nose. And then on your next exhale, slowly lowering down. And we'll set up for one more bridge, so you can just repeat the same thing. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can clasp the hands behind your lower back and walk your shoulder blades underneath before lifting the hips. And again, squeezing the glutes, finding strength in the back of the body, breathing through the nose. On your exhale, gently releasing down to the mat. We'll cross the right ankle over the left, and this time we'll find our reclined pigeon pose. So you can just stay right here if this is comfortable for you, or you can reach through, grabbing hold of the left knee or shin or hamstring, gently lowering the head and shoulders back towards the floor. Flex that right foot so the toes on your right foot are pointing back towards your right knee. Gently pull your right shin and ankle down towards your chest. We worked through the glutes and the hips and a lot of these balancing pose. So let's just give a little love and attention into that area of the body. Gently exhaling to release. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. We'll do the same thing on this side. Don't be surprised if it's different on each side. It's totally normal. Making sure your left foot is flexed to protect your left knee. And then again, gently pulling down towards the chest. Pulling that left shin and left ankle towards your chest. And then gently releasing. And let's find our Shavasana pose. So legs go long. Maybe legs come a little wider as well. The toes can point away from each other. Palms can face up or down. Relaxing into this position. You've done the work. So let's calm the body and the mind down and allow ourselves to absorb all the effort that we put into this practice. So release control of the breath, but keep the breath coming in and out through the nose. Just observing what's going on internally with the mind, with the breath. Observing any thoughts that come up. You are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are not your feelings. You are the internal observer within. That pure spirit soul. Simply watching and noticing and feeling everything that's going on. So I'm going to end the class here. Please feel free to stay as long as you'd like to. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to this practice and for practicing with me today. May we open to awareness for the benefit of all beings.